Thanks for watching. The title of this video, Guns Don't Kill People, People Kill People. I'm going to touch a little bit on the recent current events regarding the mass shooting, mental health, as well as a few other things. Now, first and foremost, I got a deep respect and empathy, and more than that, for all people who done lost their life to gun violence, especially innocent people. And I say that to say I don't want to sound insensitive to, victims of violent crime. Me personally, I've been a victim, a perpetrator, even an innocent victim of gun violence. So, in my opinion, that makes my opinion valid to speak on this topic. Now, of course, everyone got an opinion, but let me break it down. As I was saying, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And you don't believe me? Let me give you a little example. Let's say, for instance, I have a gun in my hand right now. Now I can set that gun down, and that gun will sit there for 1,000 years, get rusted and everything, unless a human pick it up and use it. So that answers the question. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. People kill people with knives, sticks, stones, poison, etc. So, with that being said, we must address the person. And another thing before I go on to that, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but you gotta wonder now, with all the other stuff going on in the world, and I'm definitely not saying it's some type of a false flag or whatever, but I can see now how the politicians are going to use this to make more laws. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not anti-gun. I guess I would be known as pro-gun, but really I'm more pro-defense. And let me say that again, I'm pro-defense, including but not limited to guns, as far as self-defense for me and my family. So I want to get that out there. And I say that to say, no, do I want everybody walking around with a bazooka? No. But I definitely want to be able to preserve and exercise our constitutional rights, or really our human rights more importantly. But just as far as legal, our constitutional right. So with that being said, let me continue. Now, again, they're going to use this to make more laws, which really don't make sense, because from what I'm hearing, the guy that did this was a licensed gun instructor. So essentially what that means is whatever new laws that they come up with after this guy would still be able to go and purchase a gun legally and do what he did. And there's a saying, laws only hurt good people, because bad people gonna find a way around laws anyway. They break laws. So what in the hell is more laws gonna do? And that's what makes me question things. And I'm not, like I said, not even in a conspiratorial sense, but you do have to ask, like, why are these politicians got to be smart enough to understand that? And then you got some do, and then you got some don't, which brings up another thing I'm hearing, because usually one party tends to sway with creating more gun laws, and one party tends to sway towards mental health. And I want to touch on that because, in my opinion, we all suffering a form of, I don't want to necessarily say mental health, that's not the word, but basically we all going through something. Now, obviously, somebody that got a real mental illness is in a different, I would say a different category than a normal person who just got problems. So, and then again, even before I continue, a wise person told me a few years back that keep my eye open because they're going to be putting a lot of money in mental health. Now, on the surface, that sounds like I'm good. You'll think treatment, but just to sound like a conspiracy again, did that mean by putting more money to, how should I say, create more mental people? And that didn't come out right, but as far as to not even instigate, but really just, hey, we're going to give more money, so basically we're going to have more drugs, and we're going to categorize or deem more people mentally incompetent so we can just get them on some medication, which essentially is going to spike the number of people with social problems. And I'm definitely not even talking particularly about this person in this situation, because for one, I don't even know all the details all on him, or what his purpose is, because there's also other theories too on why a lot of these mass shootings taking place that I really wasn't even going to address, but I might as well throw it out there as well. And again, I don't necessarily believe this or don't believe this. These are just all theories. Again, just something to think about, and I guess we'll know more as we learn more about this person. I don't think it was race related, and we don't know if it was class related or socially related. You got some people out here, white supremacists, a lot of them, not even just them, but you got some shooters just shooting for a particular reason, because they feel that certain people in the government ain't moving fast enough on getting rid of a certain group or class of other people. And again, that's just a theory. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily subscribe to one or two of these theories that I'm mentioning, but it gives us something to think about, again, like I'm saying, because I tend to like to question everything, and that's just one of my ways of getting closer to the truth. You gotta question everything. You gotta develop a filter. And don't get me wrong, man, this could have just been a random sick dude that just did that. I'm not even gonna be nice on that. I got no sympathy for people that do stuff like that, especially when you take an innocent life. We not with that in no shape, form, or fashion. But again, I'm just making this video to get people to open their eyes, because again, a lot of this has been going on in all different parts of the world, because we tend to get stuck in our space, in our local, I don't want to say local community, but our local life, what's going on, especially most of us, especially people of color. Man, if it ain't entertainment for the most part, we don't want nothing to do with it if it ain't, especially nowadays with the whole social media, with the gossip and the smudge. And don't get me wrong, some of it is entertainment, and it's a lesson to be learned from a lot of those situations. So from time to time, you may hear me mention a situation, especially a current event, and I'm gonna draw a lesson from that situation, as opposed to just speaking on it and giving my opinion or not, because it's all my opinion, but it's just for entertainment purposes. I try not to do that with this channel. But again, I'm rambling on now. But the point of this video, again, guns don't kill people. People kill people. And I just hope, which I know they're going to make all kind of new laws. It's already difficult in my state to purchase a gun as it is. And it's not doing no justice. Most of these shooters would be registered gun owners or people who could just go right to the gun store and get a gun. So there's no use for more laws. I don't know too many of these shooters, and I'm not saying all, but that was just some escaped convicted felon that just went out randomly. Not too many situations. Not saying there were not any, but ain't too many. Usually it's somebody kind of like what we seeing now. And I think at the time of this video they haven't caught him yet, but they need to catch dude like real quick. Like, man, hopefully he ain't barricaded in nobody's house, and got no hostages or whatnot. But yeah, I just want to kind of give my take on that.